Welcome back from the break, everyone. I'm going to jump right into our next segment of the day. The Yukon Human Rights Commission is proud to partner with Gwaandak Theatre in the development of the play Situation. Situation is a play that brings to life the nuanced, contextual, and complex aspects of sexual harassment in the workplace. Gwaandak Theatre is Yukon's only Indigenous-centered theatre company and was founded in 1999 by theatre artists Leonard Linklater and Patty Flather. Gwaandak Theatre has produced, performed, and recorded Situation for a conference today. Now over to Gwaandak Theatre.
Hello, welcome. My name is Colin Wolfe. I'm the Artistic Director at Gwaandak Theatre Society.
And I'm Meredith Pritchard, and I am the Artistic Producer at Gwaandak Theatre and the Director of Situation, the play you're about to watch.
This play, originally intended to be a live performance with you as a live audience, will provide narrative, context, and humanization to some of the legal terms they talked about in their introduction and that you will hear about during the rest of the conference today.
For example, the Commission talked about the definition of harassment, prima facie discrimination, and the protected grounds, including gender identity and gender expression. But what does that actually look like in a human situation with complicated intersections, relationships, and understandings of the paths available? As you watch this film, try and think critically about when you see one of these legal terms in action.
To help you along the way, we will have 4 questions with short answer responses surrounding some of the topics the Commission overviewed in their introduction. So if you see an example in the show, type it into the chat box. Feel free to upvote any that you see that may have already popped up into the box just to save on retyping the same thing.
At the end, we will be back to recap and summarize what you were able to see, what you missed, and what you can keep an eye out for. This will be super useful as we continue working on this project and with the Commission to see what stuck and what maybe we missed.
Without further ado, let's begin. This is Situation by Wren Brian.
Shouldn't have bought these.
Your other pair were falling apart.
I could have bought a cheaper pair.
They were on clearance.
Barely.
You like these, don't you?
Yeah. Can't let you keep buying everything, though. Starting to feel like you're my sugar daddy or mom or whatever.
When you have a better paying job than me, you'll do the same.
I would. Probably still feel anxious about it. I think it's from growing up poor, you know?
I know. I feel the same. Most things for me anyways. I don't deserve nice things you do.
That's not true.
I know. Anyways, don't worry about it.
You're too good to me. What?
You just scared me.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I'll finish this up and then make dinner.
You don't have to.
I want to.
I'm so sorry, Francis. I really tried to get off on time. But of course, I can't do anything right, so it's not right for him. It's a donut shop, for crying out loud. Do the customers really care if the stickers are slightly off center? Oh, did you wait?
I did.
Sorry, you shouldn't have.
Well, it's not the first time. It won't be the last time, I'm sure.
I wish you wouldn't wait till I'm nearly done doing something and then just swoop in and go, oh, the stickers aren't straight enough, or this display isn't clean enough. He's not even technically my manager. He likes to pretend the assistant part of assistant manager doesn't exist. Dictator manager is more like.
How long has he been there again?
A year and a half. Monster manager for 2 months now.
You've been there for 5 years. Why aren't you the manager?
Assistant
Oh,
manager.
right.
I only work a few shifts a week, and I'm not young or friends with the manager. Do you ever notice how after a certain age, people just look right through you?
It's true. You know, I don't know when it happened, but one morning I woke up being a ridiculous old goat. Oh, my sister hasn't gotten the memo, though. She's trying to set me up again.
Why not let her?
Oh, come on. I'm too old for that stuff, especially being set up. Ugh.
Nonsense. What's his name?
Robin. He just moved here, apparently. But I'm too busy. Between work and the board. Oh, we all miss you, by the way.
That's an awful excuse. Things should slow down soon. You should consider just going up for coffee or something.
Maybe.
How is it being president of the board?
Oh, the organization just moved offices, and we're planning for our biggest event of the year. It's more challenging than usual.
Oh, glad I got out when I did.
Oh yeah, don't rub it in. Anyway, I'm starving.
So how was work today?
Same as usual. People not reading emails, so I have to explain everything 5 times. I feel so stupid to be paid so much for repeating myself all day to people who have been there way longer than me.
I guess if that's how they want you to spend your time.
Can't really complain. Best paying job I ever had.
They're lucky to have you. Are you worried about fitting in?
I don't know. It's only been 2 months. I get along with most of them, but just as work friends, you know?
What about your boss? Still being weird?
Ugh, still weird.
Does anyone else think so?
I don't know. They all seem to accept it. How's work for you this morning?
Good. Except Jody was on.
Still misgendering you?
Yeah.
It really can't be a mistake anymore.
I know. I don't think it's intentional though, so...
It's disrespectful.
Maybe one day I'll be surprised. The old dog will finally learn a new trick.
You should talk to a supervisor or something.
What are they gonna do that I haven't already done? Besides, I don't want to make a thing of it. I'm only at this job till I finish my classes or something better comes along.
Fingers crossed.
Why did you flinch?
You just surprised me. Don't worry, I still love you.
So are you sure I can't convince you to join the board again?
Oh, no. Not while work is so stressful.
What's going on? I mean, besides the stupid assistant manager.
It's just so busy. I don't know why, but I can't stop worrying about work, wondering if I've done things right, wondering if the customers are happy. I always hear about it if they aren't.
Have you considered quitting?
It's not all bad. I try to have fun with my coworkers.
You know, I bet if you found a job without a conniving micromanager, you'd be happier, and you'd have more time to, say, join the board again and help me out with these personnel policies.
There were policies, weren't there?
Just some vague work safety policies. Everywhere is doing this now where they're trying to protect everyone, but it's hard for it to not feel bureaucratic, so we just keep talking in circles.
Yeah, that's a rough line.
We need your calming presence. No one can agree. One person goes, this is too much. Another goes, this isn't enough. And we wind up going over if we even need them.
Boards. It's like democracy. Worst system of governance, except all others.
So that's a no on joining again then, eh?
Sure is.
Jody, what time is it?
Sorry?
What time is it?
10:05?
Your shift started at 10.
I'm sorry, I
don't need your excuses.
I stay late.
Yeah, fixing your mistakes doesn't mean you can come in whenever you want.
This is the first
No, it's
time.
not. But make sure it's the last. Dishes need doing. One of you get out there.
They're picking up an order for O'Malley, but I don't see it.
Didn't you do up the orders?
Well, it wasn't in the pile.
You didn't check the computer, did you?
I don't know how.
Should have said something. I'll deal with it.
Running the Minute Oil too, eh, Avery?
Oh, yeah.
I know Black Friday and Giving Tuesday time of year are good for business, but it sure does suck being on this end of it.
Ugh, is it always this nuts?
Yeah, it doesn't really let up until the new year.
You know, I thought I'd get away from being this office and all, particularly a nonprofit.
Yeah, but fundraising. And the office still runs on retail money from admissions and the store, so we're really busy in some ways. For what it's worth, my advice, plan a vacation in the spring. It'll give you some light at the end of the tunnel.
That is not a bad idea. My partner could use a break. Do you want any coffee, Skylar?
Don't drink it, more into tea.
So it's not you leaving old coffee grounds in there.
And here I thought you were being nice.
I was. I just trying to figure out who keeps doing it. I've left so many notes.
It's Ray. Many have tried to break the habit and failed. I'd give it up.
How many years have you worked here?
I don't know, 10 I suppose?
How about Ray?
Oh, Ray's been here longer than me. I think maybe by 2 years.
Has Ray always been...
Weirdly friendly.
Yeah,
Yep.
especially with...
Yeah, it's harmless, really.
It's still... I don't know. Uncomfortable, or am I crazy?
You're not. It bothered me at first.
Really?
Yeah, but Aaron and Chris, they want the office to be more relaxed and friendly, so I don't know.
They didn't do anything?
They had a talk with them, but that's how it goes. I'm kind of used to it now. If it gets too much, I give him a jab with my elbow. That works well.
So all I can do is jab Ray with my elbow.
I mean, you can try talking to him, but that's just who Ray is. I know a few people have asked Aaron and Chris to have a talk, but that's just how it goes. Stops for a bit and then starts up again. Other than that, though, Ray's a pretty good supervisor. I've worked for some pretty crappy bosses. I'd rather Ray, even with the touchiness.
So you don't think I should talk to Aaron?
If you want to. I just don't think it's going to make a difference. For what it's worth, I don't think it's a sexual thing. I'm pretty sure Ray orientates a different way.
Hello, Joe speaking. Oh, no, I don't handle media. I'm the district manager. Yeah, no. If you want to talk about the politician photo op situation, call our media department. Call our media department. Bye.
Hi.
Oh, hi, Sean. Is it 1 p.m. already?
Yeah, I can come back if that's better.
No, now is good. Just dealing with that stupid photo on social media.
Yeah, good for business, isn't it?
Yes and no. Always away with these silly things. Everything's a controversy.
Seriously?
Yes. Yay local versus boo tax dollars going to expensive pastry. Thank goodness March is usually slow for sales.
I can come back.
No, it's fine. Pretty much always this busy, honestly.
Okay.
So, what's going on?
Well, it's a situation with a coworker. I told my manager, but they told me this was something for you. One of my coworkers, Jody, keeps misgendering me. I keep correcting, but it keeps happening.
Oh, okay. You've talked to Jody about this?
Yes.
And?
Says it's a mistake.
You don't think it is?
It's been months, and I found out that Jody's been calling me it behind my back.
What do you mean?
Like, it forgot to order labels, or it got off early today.
All right, I see. And you've told Jody that's hurtful?
I haven't mentioned I know about the it thing.
Well, try talking it out. Probably trying to joke around.
I've tried talking about the misgendering problem. This proves that it's deliberate. Do you need to get that?
Sorry, one of the managers is panicking. Think they'll be okay for one more minute. Try having another conversation. If it keeps happening, come back.
What would be the next steps?
We'll talk about that if it gets to that. I'm sure it won't.
But what if?
I'll talk to Jody as the next step if you talking together doesn't work.
And if that doesn't work?
Let's just cross that bridge when we get to it. This is a pretty minor thing. It's getting so hard to keep track of what everyone wants to be called these days. Honest mistakes just happen. I better give them a call. Thank you for coming in, honestly. Anytime.
So that's why my mom named me Robin.
That might be the best name origin story I think I have ever heard. Oh my goodness, it's 2 already.
Is it?
I'm sorry.
No, don't be.
I've got another meeting. They're waiting.
I need to get back to work. It was really great getting to meet you. Finally.
Yeah, I'm so glad my sister kept pestering me to call you. I'd like to see you again if you...
Yes. I just... Right after you called, my mom took a turn, and it's looking like I need to fly out.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I don't know how long.
Well, of course, take all the time you need, and thank you for still meeting.
No, thank you. Help take my mind off it all. I'll let you go, but I promise to call when I can.
Well, I'm not going anywhere. I'll be here.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Hi, Avery. How are you?
All right.
I'm sorry, my other meeting went a little long.
No worries.
How was your weekend? Did you get up to anything exciting?
Not really. I just cooked and cleaned and relaxed with my partner. They are also having a hard time at work, so we just try to unwind.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear they're having a hard time too. Well, thank you for reaching out. We're really trying to be more active as a board, and I admit Erin told me a bit of what some of the problem might be.
Oh, okay.
We really want all the staff to feel comfortable. You're all valued members of the team for sure. I've never worked closely with Ray, but I've always heard great things, and I've heard good things about you too.
Thanks.
So, what can I do?
I really don't like how touchy Ray is.
Well, Ray is just a friendly person.
With some more than others.
It's not sexual though, is it?
No, not really. It just seems to happen to Sammy and me and Skylar sometimes. And I don't know for sure, but it just seems to happen to me a lot, maybe even more.
Have you talked to the others about it?
Yes, a bit.
And?
Skylar has gotten used to it, and Sammy thinks it's funny.
But you don't think it's harmless?
I don't really like people getting that close to me. Coming up behind me, grabbing my shoulders, things like that.
Have you talked to Ray?
Yes, and it stopped, but started again.
I'll have a chat then.
Skylar told me that Erin told Ray years ago. Sammy thinks that Leslie, the person before me, quit partially because Ray wouldn't stop.
Oh, I took a look at Ray's personnel file to prep for this, and there was nothing in there about anyone having complained before.
I know for sure Skylar mentioned it to Erin.
Well, if it's been years, another chat could help. You might also need to remind Ray. It can be hard to completely change behavior when everyone else is all right with it.
I don't want to make a big thing out of it. I just want it to stop.
Okay. Well, the board is working on some new personnel policies. At the next board meeting, we'll take a look and see if we can address it and see how we can provide those policies to the staff.
Your next meeting is in 2 months.
That's right.
I hate getting up in the mornings and going to work. I jump when my partner touches me sometimes. I've been putting up with it for almost 9 months. I don't know.
Okay, I can try to start the conversation with the board over email, but we should probably wait until the meeting to pass the policies.
Will the board know it's me complaining?
I don't have to use your name, but there aren't that many of you in the office, so people are probably going to figure it out. Do you still want me to go ahead with that?
If that's what needs to happen. Thank you for stopping by. Do you know why I called this chat for today, Jody?
No. Am I not doing a good enough job?
Oh, no complaints really there. But I have received a report from Sean that you've been constantly misgendering them.
Oh, it's a mistake, honestly. He just looks, I don't know.
They.
Oh, sorry.
Don't worry about it. It's hard to remember.
Yeah, and it doesn't help that when I was first introduced to him, he was, I guess they were, more male looking, and he still is, so it's hard to remember that it's they. And it just feels weird to say anyway. I'll try to stop.
Oh, it would be great if you could make more of an effort. I can get that later. Unfortunately, there's one more problem. Is it true you sometimes refer to Sean as it?
Sometimes, never to his face. It's just a little joke with us underlings.
Underlings?
Yeah, regular staff. He's our supervisor, sort of.
Oh, and it's they, right?
What?
They are our supervisor?
Oh, right. Sorry.
It's okay. Do you think that joke is appropriate? Calling a Sean it?
Oh goodness, no! It has nothing to do with how Sean is. I started it because, well, ever since becoming our supervisor, Sean has become a bit of a monster manager. So that was a joke initially. Oh, is the monster manager here yet? Type of thing. It gave us all a little laugh, and in that joking around, it just got shortened to it. Like monsters are usually called it. Like the Thing, you go, it's coming, run. So that's all.
If Sean is really that bad to work with, why haven't you reported that to your manager or me?
Well, Sean is friends with the manager, and I didn't think you were an option.
So jokes were the answer?
Well, having a bit of a laugh about it sort of takes the edge off, especially when you feel there's nothing you can do.
Right. I understand where you're coming from, but it was very hurtful to Sean when he found out.
Oh, he wasn't. They weren't supposed to. Who told?
I'm not sure, to be honest. He might have just overheard. Anyway, I'm going to need you to stop doing that and apologize. And stop misgendering him. Them.
Fine. Since I'm here, can it be looked into how Sean manages?
Sure. I can look at past performance reviews, do one if one hasn't been done recently. Managers do tend to get behind on those.
You'll do it, though, not the manager.
Usually it's the manager that does it.
But they're friends.
Oh, right. Yeah, I can do it then.
Thank you. And please, don't tell Sean I said anything. This isn't to get back. It's just knowing that you're the person to come to about poor management. It's a two birds situation.
I won't mention it.
Thank you. And I promise I'll try to stop misgendering and no more it jokes.
Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it.
Brace yourselves. We're going corporate!
What?
The board just decided to pass some personnel policies. It's basically 18 pages that can be summed up by saying, don't be a jerk. Do people really need all that spelled out for them?
Apparently.
Oh, it's just so much. It makes you scared of sneezing the wrong way. Maybe that's against a policy.
It can't be that bad.
No, I know there's lots of places that are worse. I had a friend whose company has forbidden dating in the workplace. I met my partner at work. If we met now, nothing would have happened. It wouldn't have been allowed. Are you supposed to meet anyone anymore?
I'm sure if the attraction was that strong, you'd find a way.
Oh yeah, I got fired for it. Look, of course, I'm all for progress. I faced enough discrimination in my time. I get it. But there is such a thing as going too far. And implementing policies for a staff of 6 is over that line. I think we can figure out if anything's wrong between us. Oh, right, sorry, no touching. I don't mean anything by it. We're okay, right?
Yeah.
You won't get me fired? Oh, I keep forgetting. Look, I'll have to get you a stick or something that you can whack me with. How's that sound? Oh, Skylar, great job on the new donor database. I know that wasn't easy.
Hope it helps.
Oh, I know it will. Anyways, I know you've all been working really hard this week, and I think we all deserve to shut the office down at 3 today and get a start to the weekend.
You sure?
Of course. Oh, Avery, don't forget to put down 5 on your timesheet, right?
Okay. Thanks.
I wish we could afford bonuses or something, but we're not that corporate yet. Just those policies. You should have gotten an email about them, so feel free to give them a read when you get a chance.
So what do you think about having policies?
I don't think they'll make much of a difference, but I was thinking we could move you to the reception desk, switch some of your responsibilities with Sammy so you don't have to be around Ray so much.
Oh?
I asked Sammy and she's okay with that, so if you were too, we'll do that beginning of next week.
Well, what responsibilities?
You take on answering and directing calls, mailing and delivering packages. Sammy would do more of the office management type tasks, helping Ray with organizing fundraising so you didn't have to be around him so much.
Sounds like a demotion.
No, it makes sense. I'll make sure it doesn't feel like a demotion. It's just a slight reshuffling of duties, so everyone's a little bit happier. We'll start next week, yeah? Great!
Talk about the performance review from last week?
Right. It's all in an effort to improve.
Wait, but why now?
What do you mean?
I had one review at 3 months, and then none until almost 2 years later, not until after I complained about being misgendered.
The two are unrelated.
Really?
Yes. We had been alerted to a need to look at management in our stores. Your manager got one too.
I'm having a hard time believing this has nothing to do with my complaint. It feels like I'm being punished.
How?
This is a terrible review that's going in my file now.
And do you really feel it's not fair?
I feel it's much too harsh. I know I'm not perfect, but it says I'm demanding. I'm a micromanager. I don't help employee morale. It feels like I'm being punished for not being best friends with all of the employees, and it's taking the opinions of those with no respect for me too seriously.
What do you mean? They respect you. Everyone respects you.
Look, Jody is the one who really keeps misgendering me, and from what I understand, started calling me it. But no one says anything. They let it happen, which to me indicates a deep lack of respect.
Hasn't it gotten better? Your manager said it had. Oh shit.
What?
Nothing. It's better, right?
It's It's better. I don't know if they're keeping it up behind my back, though. No one's been as friendly as they were before you talked with Jody.
Just give it time. It's good, it's going better. Work on your management skills, and I'm sure it'll all be back to normal in no time. Now I have a lunch meeting I have to get to.
I thought you had time now.
Aren't we done?
Didn't you talk to my manager and include that in the performance review?
You're friends. Frankly, I'm not convinced it was a good decision to promote you without a proper trail indicating why you were so much better than people who've been here longer. I'm not saying you're not good enough. It doesn't look great. And including a biased opinion.
Jody's not a biased opinion, then.
It wasn't just Jody.
So they're all against me.
No, don't make this into some battle. It needed to be done. It should have been done, but wasn't. So we did it. You haven't been demoted. Your pay hasn't been cut.
Hasn't been raised either. Which, after almost a year of assistant managing, it should be.
Submit a request for a raise if you want one. We usually do it after a year, though.
With this review, it wouldn't be given, would it?
I can't say. All I can say is that I promise you we're not all out to get you. We'll do another performance review in 6 months if you want, okay? Now, I'm sorry, I completely forgot about this lunch meeting, and I'd really like to finish this email before I have to head out. This person needs me to respond in order to move ahead with their work. You know how it is, right? Thank you for coming in. Have a good weekend, all right?
Thanks. You too.
That was a lovely dinner, Francis. Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. Happy to be one of the first to welcome you back.
First, actually.
Wow, I'm honored.
I couldn't wait. It was hard being back for only a couple weeks here and there, but being so busy catching up at work, still supporting long distance.
Do you think you'll have to move back?
She's doing a lot better now, and is liking the new care home. So, barring any accidents, I hope to be sticking around for a while now. Lots to like here.
Well, it's a great community. Oh, that organization I'm on the board of is having an event, if you like, this Thursday.
I'd love to.
Great. No pressure, of course, and, only as friends if you want.
Oh, no, I want to go with you. Is this the board that was having that situation with the two coworkers?
Oh, yeah. I'm only silly enough to be on one board. One is stressful enough. It's so hard to know what to do. I don't want to fire the supervisor. No one else minds. But it seems like the touchiness is really bothering this new employee. And now she feels like she's been demoted because some duties were shuffled around to accommodate it. It's a mess.
Right. Well, I might have a suggestion, if that's okay.
Oh, yeah, great. Please, I'm open to anything at this point.
Okay, well, have you gone to see anyone at the Human Rights Commission?
Why would I go there?
What do you mean?
Well, have you ever actually gone into them?
Well, no.
Not as helpful as you might think.
I work there.
Oh.
Is that? Sorry.
No, it's fine.
We don't have to talk about it. There are just resources for employers and employees that could be helpful.
I had to report to them once, a while ago. Let's just say it was an awful experience. I'm still trying to figure out if it was worth it.
I'm sorry you went through that.
Well, it wasn't you.
No, but still.
I'd only advise going into them if it were a really desperate situation. And this isn't. It's an overly friendly employee that bothers another.
I completely understand how you feel. But I'm not advising that you or the employee go in and file the complaint. Just go in for a talk. It just sounds like it's more than bothering this new employee, and it's best to get ahead of these things before they escalate.
I guess. She did just tell me that she started taking anxiety medication because of this. I don't see how more talking is going to help.
Without knowing all the details, and I really shouldn't hear any more of the details, there are other steps besides talking. For instance, you mentioned personnel policies. we can help with those. And
Well, we don't want them to feel corporate or colonial. That's why we were trying to write them ourselves.
sorry, what do you mean?
Well, the organization is trying to decolonialize, restructure. We don't want things that are going to get in the way of being responsive to people.
Right, well, that's what we want too.
With all the legal talk I remember, I find that hard to believe.
There is a lot of legal talk, but the laws are there to help.
Help who? I mean, looking at the news, it seems like they're only there to help the people who are on top, help them stay there without any accountability. And meanwhile, if you don't have any money, you get spat out by the side that has the fancy lawyers.
That's not the law doing that.
Okay, the system then. The system that wants the perfect victim, wants to make you jump through hoops to prove that wrong has been done, and takes 2 years or more figuring it all out.
Yes, you're right. It's not perfect, but it's better than nothing, isn't it?
I suppose.
I know the commission is part of it, but we need to be neutral.
Well, but I thought you were supposed to advocate for people's rights.
We do, but we're not. We can't take sides. And I know we can and should be clear about that. That we're there for everyone involved.
Well, it didn't help me. I felt very alone.
I know, but that's part of the problem. We can't really help anyone. Well, we do, but there's only so much we can do. We inform. Inform anyone who asks.
Well, what's the point?
Knowledge. Knowing what the options are. Look, I know mistakes and harm happen. And I'm really sorry they happened to you. I fully admit that moving through the complaint was the right decision for everyone. And that we should try and manage expectations better. Be clearer about what we can and cannot do. But I just wish more people realize we aren't just there for when everything completely goes to hell in a handbasket. We do training, consult on policies, inform people of their options. If more employers came to us before they felt completely out of their depth, there would be far fewer formal complaints moving through the system and less dependence on people reporting them. I just wanted to let you know that for your situation.
But this is so small.
Are you feeling a bit lost though?
A bit.
I'm just saying, I really think you and maybe this employee should just come in for a talk before it all blows up even more. It's confidential and free.
I'll think about it.
Thanks. Did I blow with you?
No, of course not.
You can uninvite me to Thursday if you need time.
No, in fact, I'm gonna give you your ticket right away. Unless you're having second thoughts.
No. Just maybe don't introduce me to any of your staff, just in case.
Well, that sounds like a plan.
It's a date then.
What a day.
Didn't go well?
No.
Sean was icy to me as soon as I came in the door, a full 10 minutes early. I tried to smile and make small talk, but he wouldn't have it. And all the nervousness came right back, and I started messing everything up.
Apparently, all the staff think it's okay to misgender me, call me it, and complain that I'm a bad manager.
Of course, they couldn't let anything go.
I thought it was going better.
It was.
I think the 2 weeks knocked the apology and any progress out of Jody's little brain.
I made my apology, and I really tried to stop using he and cut it with the monster manager jokes. But the rest of the staff do it too.
Let alone how to actually do the job, kept doing stupid mistakes, and I kept correcting and correcting and correcting and...
We were on break. We are allegedly allowed those. Not that Sean thinks so.
And then I didn't see any of the staff around, and there was customers, and they were all out back.
Taylor started with it.
Talking about how it needs to just relax, or it needs to be nicer.
And I was just so frustrated, I forgot, I guess, and I went along.
Oh, shit.
Right then, Sean came out to yell at us for daring to take a break.
Oh, Sean heard?
Pretty sure.
What did you do?
Told him to get back to work. I don't know.
What are you going to do?
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault.
Anyways, I don't want to think about it. What are you reading?
What are you reading?
Some things from the Human Rights Commission.
The president gave to me.
Why?
Well, I reached out to them about that staff problem.
Just an option, I guess. I just don't want this to become a huge thing. I just wish we could all work it out.
You've been trying that and it hasn't worked.
I thought you had a bad time with them.
I did.
Would you go into them?
What?
Do you really think they can help?
About Jody and your co-workers?
I don't know.
It's not really the same. It doesn't affect me the way it does you.
But you hate your job. You get anxious when Jody is on.
You know, it could be that I'm older now, or maybe they're sharing different, clearer information, but I feel like I know more what the options are.
But it's not the same as the panic attacks, the flinching, the anxiety meds. It's wrong. You deserve some kind of justice.
You do too.
I hope it helps.
Well, apparently thinking of them as helping isn't the right way to look at it. They inform.
What?
I'm not a good enough victim.
Gee, thanks.
It's true, though.
Well, they're neutral. They have to be fair to everyone, which, you know, I'm sure I'll appreciate if that employee does wind up making a complaint.
I just got a horrible performance review. You get along with everyone. Plus, you just got demoted. That's something tangible.
Wouldn't that still be bad for the organization?
I'm starting to think this sucks no matter where you are in it. Other than as a fancy lawyer, maybe.
I really think it's worth talking to them. You have a lot of proof.
I've run out of ideas. I don't want to fire Ray, but I don't want Avery to quit or to report this and have to go through what I did.
What if it's the same as talking to the president or the district manager for you?
Unhelpful and dismissive.
Exactly.
The president gave these to you, right?
Yeah.
Plus, I want to do the right thing for everyone involved.
Even offered to drive me or debrief with me afterwards, if I want.
That's something. Proves he's trying to do better.
I hope they'll help. Well, inform.
I just don't want to get on a path that I can't get off of, you know?
Yeah. Still worth at least one conversation, though, I think.
Hey, can they inform about bosses who are jerks?
If you're so for it, I think you should go in too.
I don't know.
I don't know, maybe. You could give him a call, I guess.
Yeah, I was joking.
I don't think I could handle being treated the same way. Besides, like I said, I'm not a good enough victim. I'm a bad manager that employees need to vent about.
It'd just be money grabbing if I did it.
You really think that's true?
Well, it's never a money grab. It's it's reparative, not punitive.
Right. I'm just saying, bosses being jerks, it's not that serious.
Maybe. I'm a perfectionist. I have high standards, and I don't care about being anyone's best friend.
Well, I don't know. Your sense of self-worth, your self-esteem, I've noticed a difference.
Maybe a bit, but it's not that bad.
Even if it were true,
It's not okay for them to dehumanize you like that.
But if we both decide to go forward with this, we could both lose our jobs and have to go through an entirely different process, this says. It's better if only one of us goes in.
What?
Dehumanizing is a word Sean used for the jokes I started.
Mine pays more. We could live off my salary.
Could Sean go in about me?
I don't know.
You can't keep working with things as they are. If it gets too bad with Jody, I'll just quit.
Maybe I should just quit too. It's certainly easier than all of this.
It says right here, misgendering.
But it hasn't been done on purpose, though.
Says intention doesn't matter.
But it's not right, though.
Do I deserve that?
You don't deserve it either.
You've tried to change.
If we go through this, maybe it might help change things.
Has it been enough?
So no one else has to go through it?
I don't know.
Why do we need to go through this for people to change?
I don't know.
Maybe you could go in.
What should we do?
I don't know.
Thank you for watching the show and for responding so well to those questions. That was really, really great. We had no idea how much or if people were going to respond, so thank you for that. It's important that we take this time to connect like legal terminology and these sort of thoughts and concepts to human situations with like real stakes and real risks. So as you move through the rest of the conference, I hope these characters provide some context for you to reflect on.
Let's jump into question 1. What harmful myths and stereotypes have you seen? So if we go to the answers, we see that inappropriate touching is seen as friendly. Is that a stereotype or a myth? I think we could punch that into the myth that intent is necessary to discriminate. So perhaps Ray's intent for touching was not to be harmful, but it was. Another myth are that men are always the perpetrators. We see that both Joe and Jody were the perpetrators of misgendering, and that sexual harassment, another myth that we see is sexual harassment is about sexual attraction. In a number of these scenarios over the film, we see that there wasn't any sexual attraction involved in it, but it was still harmful behavior.
Yeah, and the second question was, what instances of workplace sexual harassment have you witnessed in the show? And so we had some misgendering being talked about in the chat there. I saw that was upvoted a few times. And so more specifically, there's when Jody misgendered Sean, and then also when Joe misgenders Sean later on. There's also the Ray non-consensual touching of Avery. There's another example of that.
And then if we go into our third question, what barriers to reporting are you seeing the characters experience or perpetuate over the last few scenes? We see things like in the chat when Skylar said that talking to the supervisor wouldn't do much to change Ray's behavior. Skylar is dissuading Avery from reporting to their boss. We see barriers to reporting in characters not being confident or of what they can say safely and confidentially. And one barrier to reporting is the demotion that Avery just received in trying to get away from her harasser when Skylar demotes Avery to other administration jobs to separate her and Ray.
Yeah, and there was even a question that was posed to us, which is pretty cool, from Tashi, which said, what should people do when they witness discrimination or harassment in the workplace, but the person affected doesn't want to come forward or make a formal complaint? And that's a really great question. Unfortunately, Meredith and I are theater makers, so we don't have the exact answer for you, but I'm sure that the commission will answer that throughout the rest of this conference and can probably get in touch with you afterwards. That's a really, really great question. Thank you. What else did we see in the chat?
I think what was great was for our final question, what would help you to report? We saw a lot of really, really great answers.
Yeah.
So
like knowing what solutions are available if you do report. So like what happens, what are the options after that happens? Knowing that in advance could help someone report.
Making sure that the workplace has adequate policies set. If the person reporting has clear expectations of what will happen if something is brought forward, knowing that the reporting will be kept as confidential as possible, and knowing if there's a resource that they can go to for information before choosing to report.
Yeah, another thing that was mentioned in the chat was someone said, I would feel a lot more comfortable if I knew those managing had training on the subject. That's a really, that's one that was upvoted quite a few times, 6 times there. So knowing that the person you're reporting to has training and experience and knows what to do.
And we'll be generating a word cloud with all of these answers from the chat on which we can share with everyone here over the live, and then will also be available after the session.
Yeah, is that word cloud ready? Wow. That's actually really incredible.
So we're seeing the giant things like options, training, feeling comfortable, culture, an unaffected path, proper policies, and support. Yeah.
Wow. That's really incredible. It's great that so many people answered, and I recommend reflecting on all these different thoughts as we continue through the conference.
So this is great information, not only for us at Gwaandak to see what's really sticking, but for the Commission to see as well. This hopefully is the beginning of a few initiatives that we can work together on, and this information will be quite useful, as well as helpful information for employers and employees. We hope that you'll leave with the knowledge of how to prepare and contemplate reporting.
Thank you so much for participating, by answering those questions, and by watching the show. We hope this provides some human narratives, examples, and context as you continue participating in the No More conference.
Workplace sexual harassment happens all over, and we can all work together to ensure we are witnessing and supporting people as they navigate these situations.
Big thank you to the Yukon Human Rights Commission for funding the development of this project, and the Crime Prevention and Victim Services Trust Fund Board for the additional support in the writing process. Meredith, thank you for directing. Wren Brian, if you're watching, thank you for your words. Actors, thank you for your bravery and honesty in your performances. Casey Ray and Jordan and Creative Crow Media, thank you for your support.
If you want to keep up on other Gwaandak Theatre projects with or without the Yukon Human Rights Commission, please like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, or sign up for our newsletter.
Thank you. Take care.